KSLA News 12 starts with breaking news.
That breaking news coming out of Shreveport has a massive police presence. I'm going to start off with Jeff Farrell right now. Jeff, what do you know from where you are?
If anybody's been watching so far, especially on Facebook, they'll know that we're in a different spot than we were just 15 minutes ago. We started about 2 blocks that way. Then, after police moved us once, we were 2 blocks away. Now we are 3 blocks away as they worry more and more about potential shots being fired. Now, we have from several sources now telling us that shots were fired at about 11 a.m. or so, and that's when the first calls came in of those overall 40 units.
Josh Robertson also live near that area right now, and he is standing by live. Josh, what do you know and where are you?
Well, guys, we're right here right now on the corner of St. Vincent Avenue and Lash Street with a lot of activity going on behind us. The fire department just sped down this road with an EMS unit as well, and I'm joined right now. I've got Corporal Marcus Hines with Shreveport Police, and he's just going to kind of talk. There's a lot of people here listening. Give us a little bit of information. Marcus, go ahead.
Well, what I can tell you right now, Shreveport Police did respond to a call just after 1 o'clock p.m. regarding right before 11 o'clock p.m. a.m. about a man who was firing shots in the 1300 block of Camille Street. Now, when officers arrived on scene, reports of additional shots being fired were received. We do not know at this point if there's any additional persons inside the home where the shots were fired. We did get reports of someone inside the home screaming. Police do have contact with the man who we've identified inside the home. We cannot pass along that name right now.
Jeff Farrell again standing by. He's been moved back a couple times from closer to that scene. Jeff, any updates?
Now, from what we understand from people right around this area and from ones running past us to get by, that at least 2 gunshots have gone off within the last 3.5 minutes.
Let's head live back out to Caddo Heights. Jeff, what's happened since then?
Well, first of all, within the last 10 minutes, we may have told, viewers may remember that we saw or heard several shots from the scene. Then we saw probably a dozen, maybe more people running right past us. There was a lot of traffic here as well, congestion. It was a real panic scene. In the age of communication, I got 2 cell phones and a headset, and it's still tenuous enough that you can imagine how we're just trying to juggle a lot of things.
I believe Eric was closer to that house when he first arrived on scene. Eric, what did you see from where you were?
Well, I was on Natalie Street, Shane. It's near the 1300 block of Natalie Street, and there was a very, very heavy police presence and lots of movement, lots of action. We had people trying to get to their homes. You know, I overheard a woman sitting next to me who said she lived on that same street. She lived, just a stone's throw away, but she wasn't allowed to her own home. And police actually came and moved us. They told me that I was in a very dangerous spot, that there could possibly be shots fired, and they pushed me back several blocks. I understand Jeff's been pushed back as well.
We're going to go live to Josh. Josh, we just heard from Marcus Hines that a police officer was shot, injured, shot in the wrist, expected to be okay. You were at the staging area. What did you see when all this was unfolding?
Well, Shane, it's been very hectic, and a lot of things still need to be answered. The fortunate news so far that we can tell you is that we know that the officer who was shot, it was a non-life-threatening injury. Marcus Hines just confirmed that with us. We were live on Facebook if you happen to be watching that.
Did you see those ambulances arrive? What's going on where you are, Nicolette?
Yeah, Shane. So I got here about 10 minutes ago or so, and I was over at the corner of Linwood and Kings Highway, and I was stopped at the stoplight trying to turn left to get to where we are in front of the emergency room, and that's when I heard some ambulances coming up from behind me. That was the first of 3 ambulances that I've seen so far come right now. And as you can see behind me, there are still some ambulances here and a large police presence. Several officers came up not too long ago, each one with one of the ambulances.
Very high tense, high emotional situation for people in that community. When you have a community of that size, people know each other. This is a live shot as we speak right now. As you can see there, a large number of people. It looks like they're rushing away from that scene, and not sure what news they've gotten. So this story still unraveling. New details still coming out by the second. Again, we're going to continue our coverage live on our KSLA News 12 app. So if you have our app downloaded, please go over there. We're going to continue our live coverage right now.